Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel, and this time it's the Gameweek 19 preview. Multiple top FPL projection models have Matheus Cunha scoring more points than Erling Haaland this week. It sounds crazy, but when you look at the numbers there is some logic behind it. Cunha's taken 25 shots in his last 4 games, more than any other player, and this week he's playing against the worst defence in the league in Wolves. My name's James, and with me as usual is Patrick.
Hi everyone, the Cunha versus Haaland debate is everywhere, and this is the final deadline for your first half chips. If you're using a chip to chase the rank before they expire, you have to decide if you're taking risks or sticking with the safer options. And look, the template is wide open right now. Whether you're playing a chip or just planning ahead, you need to be looking at the teams with the best fixture swings for 2026.
Exactly, so let's kick things off with the teams to target. Man United are clear at the top. They have Wolves next in the first of 3 great fixtures coming up. Newcastle are next. They travel to Burnley and it's the start of a great looking fixture run for them.
And don't forget about Everton and West Ham. Everton continued their good fixtures after a clean sheet last time out, and West Ham still have the fixtures to make 1 or 2 assets worthwhile. Looking at the best players to target, and Pickford is the best goalkeeping option. He's great for save points, and the Everton defence looks well worth jumping on. The next best is Lamins over the next few, or Areola if you need a budget option.
In defence, Michael Keane is still by far the best way into the Everton team, at least until Branthwaite is fit and available again. But the man of the hour is Patrick Dorgu. He's just 4.1 million and he's basically playing as a winger for Man United right now. If he keeps that spot, he's a really exciting pick and could be incredible value for the next few games.
I also really like Lewis Hall at Newcastle. He's under 2% owned and his attacking involvement has been increasing lately. He's another great differential to help you climb the ranks.
Into midfield, and we've already spoken about him, but Cunha has to be the priority. With Bruno Fernandes still an injury out, Cunha's the main man. He's likely on penalties and he's registered 2 goals and an assist over his last 4 games. It could be the perfect narrative for a big return against his old club.
Anthony Gordon is the next best choice. His open play stats in the league are awful, but you can see his confidence building and his minutes going up. He could be a really strong option for those Newcastle fixtures.
Yeah, I'm still keeping an eye on Lucas Paqueta though. He's a differential, he's the penalty taker, and West Ham's fixtures are definitely turning. For the strikers, Jarrod Bowen's the only real option. His minutes are nailed and he could easily have scored 1 or 2 last week. Of the teams to target, he's the standout by far. Waltemada and Wissa take each other's minutes. Everton don't have any frontman who can consistently put the ball in the net, and Sesko's not an option either. Before we move on to our recaps and team reveals, let's break down the best captaincy candidates for this week.
Based on what we've seen this season, Haaland stays top. He's comfortably the top point scorer this season. He's returned against the best defences in the league already, so looking past him could be seen as naive.
Yeah, Cunha's definitely an option though for the managers that own him. His output over the last 4 games has been solid. He should be on penalties and will get plenty of chances against that awful Wolves defence. He's definitely a great alternative option to Haaland and his ownership is significantly less.
Ekitike is also a great option again this week against Leeds, and Foden scored 12 points against Sunderland just a few weeks ago, so shouldn't be ruled out either.
Before we get into our team reveals, let's just have a quick recap on our teams for Game Week 18. I had some decent returns from 2 of my biggest differentials in Michael Keane and Raul Jimenez, which was nice. Assists came from Wilson, Saka and Rice, and even some bench jam with Anderson's 5-pointer when Van den Berg went missing. I beat my safety score and moved inside the top 300,000. Patrick's still wounded from his awful use of the free hit chip, so we've agreed to not speak about his team last week. You can see it on screen here though, but try not to be too harsh in the comments.
Oh, thanks for that, James. To be honest, I'm still fuming. Anyways, let's get into our team reveals for Game Week 19 and you can start things off.
I'm sticking to my planned transfers, so Pickford comes in for Petrovic as my only change this week. That gives me double Everton at the back with him and Keane, which I'm really confident with. Van Dijk at home to Leeds, and then Anderson away to Palace as my other 2. In midfield, there's Foden, Wilson, Minter, who all play away but have decent matchups, and then Saka and Rice for the Arsenal double up at home to Aston Villa. In strike it's Haaland, who's keeping the armband, and he's next to Bowen, who has a decent home fixture as well against Brighton.
For my team, I've got a bench full of red flags at the moment, so it picks itself. Donnarumma in goal, which looks fine. Guehi and Anderson against each other, and Van de Ven after I missed out on his 11-pointer last week on my stupid free hit. My midfield looks stacked with Foden away to Sunderland, Palmer with a great chance at home to Bournemouth, Wilson away to Palace, and Szoboszlai at home to Leeds, and he should be Liverpool's penalty taker while Salah's at AFCON. My three up front are Thiago at home to Spurs, the most informed striker in the league right now, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and lastly, Haaland, who is my captain again this week. There is a possibility I can make some changes, but I'm still fuming about last week, so let's just see what happens.
Okay, and that's all for the Game Week 19 preview. Give the video a like and hit subscribe if you enjoyed it. You can also follow us on X at Wkend Fix for last minute tips and advice ahead of the deadline, and let us know in the comments who's your captain this week.
Thanks for watching, good luck this game week, and wishing everyone a happy new year.